Alright, so let's get started. Okay. Hi guys, I hope you guys are good and I'm back and we'll start with today's lecture. So finally, in the last lecture we discussed about, so previously we started with the Linux, right? We are done with the Linux and now we are starting with the SQL. So in the last lecture, we discussed about how you can do the installation of Oracle 21C Express Edition that we have discussed in the last lecture. By any chance, if you missed it, please go back, check it, and I hope you have done the installation now. So let me share my screen. So if I'm going here and let me open the command prompt. So if I say CMD, you just need to say CMD or command prompt. Right click, run it as an administrator. And what I will do, I'll just fire a command here like SQL plus / as sysdba. So when you fire this command and press enter, and if you are able to see the SQL here, it means your installation was successful. Okay, it means your installation was successful. There is no problem in that. Okay, it means your installation was successful. Now let's try to understand about SQL. Okay, let's try to understand about SQL. So what is SQL? SQL is all about structure query language. Okay, it's a query language. So in SQL means you are not going to understand about coding and all. So it is a language which is mainly useful for your database administration. So in the market there are multiple RDBMS databases are there, multiple databases are there. So among that, a very popular databases we have like Oracle database, MySQL database, Postgres database, SQL Server database, many databases are there. And even though you have multiple databases are there, when you want to do the administration for that, there is simple language is there, we call it as a SQL. This is similar like your English language only. Okay, so if you understand English, because our class is in English only, so you will definitely understand it. So most of the things you will understand that it is quite simple to understand. So if you know SQL for Oracle database, it is similar like your MySQL, PostgreSQL and SQL Server also. Okay. So why we are using a database? We are going to install a database. So for our course, we will install Oracle database. So we want to store our transactions. Like just take an example. I'm going to the bank. I'm doing some deposit, withdraw. Let's say I'm taking some loan. All these things will be stored somewhere, right? So where those transactions will be recorded, those transactions will be recorded under your Oracle database. So under your Oracle database, we are going to create a table. Okay, so let's say I want to store a data related to the transaction, so I'll create transaction table. What is table? Table is the combination of rows and column. So basically your table will looks like this. Okay, so just take an example, something like this. So this is my transaction table in which I want to store a transaction. What transactions I want to store? I want to store transaction ID, who has done the transaction, what time he has done the transaction. All those details I can store into the table. I can create a multiple tables. Let's say I want to store a transaction related data, so I'll create transaction. I want to store a deposit related data, so I'll create deposit. I want to store a loan related data, so I'll create loan related table. So I can create a multiple table. So we have a database. So first of all, we have installed a database. Right now I have installed Oracle. Right now I have installed Oracle 21C Express Edition. This database I have installed. Okay, this database I have installed. Under that database I am going to create a table. So how this table looks? So let's say I want to create a table with the name EMP. Just keep it simple. I want to create a table with the name EMP. So what are the things you are going to store of EMP table? So what is the table name? So if I say table name, so my table name is EMP. What details you want to store of EMP table? I want to store the student ID, so employee ID. So I'll just give the name like EMP ID. What is EMP name? is salary. Let's say I want to store only three details. What is the first employee ID? My first employee ID is 1. What is his name? Let's say his name is Akash. What is his salary? 10,000. I want to store 10,000. What is his employee ID? 2. His name is Sagar. What is his salary? 20,000. Third, Nikhil. What is his salary? 30,000. So basically there are three type of information I want to store. So I want to store his, what are the information I want to store? I want to store three type of information: employee ID, name and salary. These three information I want to store. These three information we called it as a column. I told you, right? This is my column. What is column? This is my column. So the right side, the horizontal, what you see now, that is my column. What is this? 1 Akash 1000. This is my row number 1. So what is my row number 1? This is my row number 2 and this is my row number 3. So what is table? This is my employee table. Table is the combination of rows and column. So whatever details you want to store, let's say I want to store a details of employee ID, name, salary. I want to collect three information of every employee. These are my columns. What are rows? Whatever records you are going to store. Record means basically your data. This is my data, right? So I created, first of all, what I did, I just created a table. That was my empty table. And under that empty table, I inserted my first record, second record, third record. These are the records which I inserted. These are my rows. These are my rows. So I have, what I can say here, I have a EMP table, and under that EMP table, I have EMP table, and under that EMP table, there are three rows are there. Rows number 1, rows number 2, rows number 3. What is table? Table is the combination of rows and column. Table is the combination of rows. What are the rows? There are three rows are there. What are the column? This is my first column, second column, third column. Who decide what will be the column name? We decide, no? I know that I want to store employer information. So what information you want to store of every employee? Let's say I want to create student table. In future, I want to create student table. So I can create student table. What? Student ID, student name, his marks. Okay? I can. So this is my 1, 2, 3. Name is X, Y, Z, and these are their marks. 10 marks, 20 marks, 30 marks. So depend on the situation, we can create a table. So how to create a table? So if you want to create a table, there is a simple create statement is there, which is provided under your SQL. How? So I'll say, I want to create a student table. So I'll say create table, table name. What is the table? Let's say I want to create EMP table. Under this EMP table, I want to store, I created this EMP table. Okay. I want to create EMP table. Okay. I have done that. Now what else? What else? In this EMP table, the first column is ID. That is my employee ID. What type of data it is going to store under the employee ID? Basically it is a number, na? Like if you see my table, these are the numbers, right? Every employee will have an employee ID. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But employee ID cannot be character, right? It can be, but for now we are giving employee ID is like 1, 2, 3 only. That's a number, na? So I'll say employee ID and the number. What is the maximum size of employee ID? 10. So when I say 10, it doesn't mean that 11 it will not store. When I say 10, it means 10 digit. It can be 1, 100, 1000, 10,000, 10 lakhs, 10 million, but not more than 10 digit, right? So I'm just assuming like that. What is the second column? Name. What type of data it is going to store? Character. Now name can be your Ankush, Sagar, Nikhil, Learnomate, DBA, right? It cannot be something like 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the maximum character? 20. So my name is having, let's say, 5 character. Someone can have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19, hardly 20. Then what is the third thing? Salary. And salary also is of type number only. I am assuming that the maximum digit will be, and every SQL statement will end it with semicolon. So if you see here, I started with, started opening brace, I close it here. Okay. So basically I created a table called EMP table. Under this EMP table, there are three columns are there: ID, name, and salary. ID will store number type of data, and the maximum number will be 10. Name will store character type of data. Maximum character in that name will be 20. Salary will be number. Why I can't keep 200, 300? That is a performance issue. If you keep more size, that is a performance related issues are there. So I created EMP table. When I created EMP table, it is just like a blank. Nothing is there. No records, nothing. It is just a blank. Only structure got created. But in this table, I want to store a data now, right? So if you want to store a data, I created a table, but there is no data. I want to insert some data. So I'll say insert into where EMP values. This is a syntax, guys. Okay, you just need to change the table name. Rest of the things will be same. Insert into table name. Now table can be employee table, student table, any table. Values, what type of data? So I'll say 1. So I'll say 1. What is the name I want to store? The first name I want to store is Akash. So Akash, I'll keep like this. So whenever you are writing down any string or character, it should be in quote. So opening quote, closing quote, semicolon, this comma. What is the third thing? Salary. The salary will be 1000, or let's keep it 10,000. The first record has been inserted. What I want to do, I want to insert second record. So I'll use the up button. Automatically the, see that last record, last SQL statement which you fire, that will come. I'll use the up key. What I want to do, I'll just change that. What is the second record? This must 2 comma Sagar and 2000. So I'll say Sagar comma 20,000. What is the third record I want to store? So I'll say up key. Remove this. I don't want to store. So I'll say 3 comma Nikhil 30,000. Done. So what I did, I have inserted 3 record. You cannot insert 3 record at a time. You might be thinking that, do we have any shortcut to insert all these 3 record at a time? We do have, by using the tools like SQL Developer, SQL Load. You can directly insert your Excel data to the table and all. That is possible. But if you go with the manual way, it is like this only. So you are inserting first record, second insert, third record. So we inserted record. I want to see that record now. Whenever you want to see the record, for that you need to use select statement. Star means I want to select all the column from which table? EMP. Since I said star, basically it is showing me all the columns. But let's say I want to see only 1 column or 2 columns. Sometime in real-time production environment, you will find the table with 200 column, 300 column, right? So it's very difficult. So in that case, you can go with star. Star means if you want to select all the columns, that time you can use star. If you want to select particular column, I'll show you how to do that. So basically what we have done, we learn about 3 things here. What is the third thing? First thing is we have discussed about how to create a table. So whenever you want to create a table, for that we have create table name. Okay, and then you need to specify the column name and their data type. Column name, data type. Column name, data type. Whenever you want to store number type of data, you are mentioning number. Whenever you want to store string kind of data, that time we are using character. If you want to insert a data, you are going to use insert statement. So you said insert into table name values. So this is the syntax, and whatever you want to insert, this should be in sequence. Okay, because my columns are in sequence now. ID, name, and salary. So ID will go here, name will go here, salary will go here. Then I inserted second record, third record, and whenever you want to select the data, select me, basically you want to display. So that time you can use select star from table. So that is the reason, that is the way you can create a table, and you can do like that. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, this part?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Can you please try it on once? Please do that.
Sir, in our environment, they're using Red Hat Linux. So will you be showing us how to install Oracle on Red Hat or like CentOS or something like that?
Oracle, we will do it on here. Oracle Linux, okay? Oracle Linux installation and Red Hat installation is same, okay? There is no
Okay.
difference while doing the installation.
Oh yeah,
Oracle
that's
Linux is
fine.
internally Red Hat Linux only.
Yeah, yeah, it's a wrapper on Red Hat Linux, right?
Please do it, guys, okay? And once it is done, let me know, okay? So that I'll understand that you people are done. Once it is done, let me know. Why the first command? All the SQL commands will be written under the SQL prompt only, okay? You cannot directly write the command on your operating system level. Everything will, these are my SQL statement, okay? Create, insert, everything will be written under the SQL only. You will not be able to run it like under your if you exit from there, okay? Can you do one thing, guys? Okay, can you do one thing? Just simple, okay? The straightforward. So I'll say ID, name, marks, subject, basically. Just create one table. I'll just give you one small table. Can I just create this table? Table name is student. Clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Just create this table. Okay. The table name is student. There are 4 columns are there: ID, name, marks, and subject. Insert data and show me the output. Okay. Please do that quickly. If you want this statement, I'll just copy paste for your reference, so that you can just see the reference statement. One statement is enough. Rest are just copy paste only. Okay. Clear now, everyone? Okay. Please do that. Okay, is it done, everyone? So just uh, I'll give you the example also. Okay, if you, so this can be achieved by using this statement. Okay, forget about this primary key, I'll discuss about that later. Okay, uh this can be also can replace by character. So this is the way you can do. So those who have not done, you can just run this command. So if I just want to run, I can run like this. So if I say select star from kunakade student underscore result, if I just say copy paste, so this is the way it looks. Okay, now this formatting is not much better. I'll show you how you can do that, okay, later on. So this is the way you can do that, so don't worry about that. Okay, if you are not able to see it properly, now it doesn't mean that your data has not inserted properly. It is proper only. Okay, it just like, your page is very small to show that data. Now
Yeah.
what I
So just one doubt. Can we? I could see some lines are there. Can we set that lines?
you can do that, no? Like let's
Uh,
say you want to see, usually let's say you can set lines, but this can be changed, okay, from system to system. Pages 1 2 3 4, let's say you can set this. So this is looking like this
no, but
now.
how we will get to know we have to set one, two, three,
So
four
this
like
is
that?
all depending upon your size of your page. Okay, you can use this, but this is not permanent. Okay, it is not making any changes on your database level. It's just like for the time being. That is the reason in real-time production environment we usually select only specific column. Like when I say star, it means I'm selecting all the columns. So instead of that, if I say, if I want to select specific column, I'll say select which column I want to select. Let's say I want to select name, comma, marks from table name. What is my table name? My table name is little different, so I'll just say that. So you can see here that I selected only two column now, name and marks.
Set lines in the sense the number of lines which you are saying that is going to be set.
Hmm.
Uh, Pages.
So when I say a page, it means the size of that page. Okay, it's not 1 2 3 4 miss. It is for our this 15 inch screens, that is more than sufficient. Okay,
Okay.
so basically you're setting the width and this height of your page. This whole screen is basically one page. So in that page we are setting the width and height. Okay,
Oh,
now you can see here that this name na, this column is very big, right? But the
yeah.
data is very small, correct na? Like
Yes.
this, so you can reduce the column size. Like you can say call name for, let's say you will say a20, so 20 width. So if you execute the previous statement, let's say, so if see, can you see here, it got changed
Yeah.
20. So you can set like this also.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So what I'm trying to say here, guys, whenever you want to select all the column, like let's say I have four columns are there, that time I'll say star. But whenever I want to select specific column, na, that time I'll say select first column name, comma, second column name. Whatever column you want to select, you can mention the name. This is not case sensitive. You can keep it capital, small, no problem in that. But your data is always case sensitive. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So try to select some specific column. Try to select one column or two column. Okay, so one more thing. See, basically what happened, what we have done, we created a table, correct? We created table, and then in that table we inserted some records, right? We inserted some record. So basically, if I want to create a table, we use create table statement. If I want to insert some data, we use insert statement. If I want to select data, we use select statement, correct? Quite simple. But any data what you are inserting, by default it is not permanent in the database. It is not permanent in the database. What does it mean? Just take an example. See what I did, I open one more command prompt. So I open new session of command prompt, right? And on the next day, let's say I fired the command like SQL plus slash sysdba, and I say select star from emp, which is my emp table. So I can see here that I have emp table. Why? How? What is the second table we created? Student underscore record, na?
Result.
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 Result. SULT. If I see here, results, I think so. Uh, 1 minute. Let me. Did I commit it? Did I? No,
So is this because of run as administrator?
that's not a problem. The problem is. Acha. Is it auto committed? Okay, let me open SQL plus. Maybe I have committed. I don't know. Select star from EMP. Akash, Sagar, Nikhil. Okay. Anyway, let's do one thing. Whenever you are inserting any record, let's take an example. I'm just checking this record. My page is not good now. Let me do one thing. Let me try to select star from EMP. How many records are there? 3 records. Let me insert one more record. Insert into EMP table values. What is the 4th record? I'm inserting 4th record. Sandeep, and his salary is 40,000. Okay, I'm inserting 4th record. I'm opening a second session. Okay, here if I'm checking select star from EMP, how many record I can see? 3 records only. But in my old session, how many records are there? How many records are there? Select star from EMP. Old, where is my old session? Here. In my here. How many records are here? 4 records. But in my new session, I can see how many records only? 3 records. This is a problem, right? Correct now. This is because whenever you are inserting anything, whenever you are inserting, after that you need to fire commit. Commit means you want to make these changes permanently. As soon as you commit, if you see here, not here commit. Where I need to make commit here. I inserted here now. I'm making commit, and if I'm checking now, how many record I can see here now? 4 records. So what I mean to say here, whenever you are inserting something, not only insert, in future we are going to learn about the update and delete. So whenever you are inserting, updating or deleting, after that, if you think that the change which I did, it is perfect, you can do commit. If you are not doing commit, what will be happen? Automatically it will get rollback also. Let's take an example. You inserted one record, okay, and after that you think that okay, you made the mistake, I should not insert this record. So what you can do rollback also. Let me tell you one example. So if you think that you inserted one record, okay, this is a duplicate record now. If you see here, the last record is duplicate, and if you think that you made the mistake, you can do one thing, you can do rollback. If you roll back now, what will happen? That last record is gone now, the duplicate record is gone. But once you make commit, you cannot roll back it. Once you made commit, you cannot roll back. Did you understand, guys? Everyone, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are inserting, updating, deleting, After that, in order to make that changes permanent, what you need to do? You need to make commit. And if you
Comment.
want to roll back, you can roll back the things also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So just having question, the rollback command which we are using, so it is used to roll back the recent data or
Everything okay.
will
Let's say you inserted 1000 record. Okay. So you don't need to do commit 1000 time. One commit, it will do the commit till your previous commit. You got my point, guys? Let's
yeah,
say I
for the roll
inserted 1000 record. Do I need to commit one time or 1000 time? One time.
one time.
Okay.
For the rollback, then if we are just in as we saw here, you inserted the duplicate record for the Sandeep, and you fired the command rollback, then the
Only
duplicate
the
entry got
last
removed.
record get rollback because previous transactions were committed already.
Okay, okay. So it will just applicable for the recent one, right?
Recent one means those transactions which are committed,
So
it will not roll
basically,
back.
basically it's act like a last file saved, and
Ah,
if
you
we
consider like that, correct.
yeah,
You consider like
Okay.
that. You can just do undo now. We have undo is there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
So undo is possible before you get saved, right? Similar way.
yeah.
So any changes which are committed that cannot be rolled back. Okay, if I created a table and I roll back, what do you think what will happen? Let's say I created table, just created table and I roll back. What will happen? Does the table will be dropped?
Yeah, it's like act like undo, like table will be not created again,
Table cannot be
deleted.
Table cannot be deleted. Why it is not deleted? Because I told you one thing, commit and rollback is only for which statement? Insert,
Insert
insert,
update and delete.
and
delete.
delete.
Create table does not require commit or rollback. Create is by default commit. Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if I
Yes.
created a table, you cannot roll back it. It will get created only. Okay.
So I have a question.
Sir, if we have like a 3 or 4 tables, how we can come to know that if I forget one table name?
Now table list you can identify. There are metadata tables are there like db underscore tables, users underscore tables that will list the tables that you have created. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That I will show you under your Oracle DBA. There is a metadata table called db underscore object also. That will also tell you what are tables that you have created.
Okay, sir.
So what if you want to update a bulk data?
Update will see in update time.
Okay.
So today we discuss about how you can create a table, how you can insert a data, how you can select a data, and we discuss about the importance of commit and rollback. Okay, rest of the things we will see in tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so try to create a table. Let me give one example. Auto commit you need to enable in Oracle. By default auto commit is not there. By default auto commit is available under your PostgreSQL database.
Sir, like, which one will you suggest, like Oracle or Postgres?
Hmm?
Which one is good? Which one will you suggest actually?
Where?
No, for some people who wants to start their career with like an DBA, will you suggest Oracle DBA or Postgres?
I didn't get the question. What you said?
No, no. Which one is good actually? Oracle or Postgres?
No, both are
SQL.
good at their place. Okay.
So for next feature,
See, there are differences are there. Okay. In between Oracle and PostgreSQL. It, If there is a banking project, they will go with Oracle. If there is a mid-scale company who don't want to spend much money, they will go with the PostgreSQL. Okay.
So which one is easy as compared to Oracle and Postgres?
No, both are same. PostgreSQL and like almost have similar architecture.
Okay.
Both have same architecture actually.
Yeah.
So this is assignment, guys. Okay. The table name is course underscore score. Please do that. So I'm sharing you the chat also. Try to create this table. Okay. Thanks. Let's connect. Tomorrow we'll continue this. I've shared this on your group. Okay. Please close.